All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby.
Yo, what's good, man? CamJNetwork, sorry but not sorry, boxing talk, man. Back with another banger, man. But before we get started, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that hype button, comment, subscribe, and share the video to help us in the algorithm, man. It will be well appreciated for sure, man. And as well, remember, we live every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, man. Sorry but not sorry, boxing talk Wednesdays, man. Y'all already know it'll be a situation, man. You never know what I got in store, but y'all already know the cook up will definitely be real for sure, man. So definitely tap in with me, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time Wednesday. Sorry but not sorry, boxing talk Wednesdays, man. Y'all already know the vibes, man. So getting into this video, man, we had crazy fights this past weekend. Well, Saturday in particular, and we had Raymond Muratella versus Andy Cruz. This past Saturday was some entertaining fights, man. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed the fights. I enjoyed the fights for sure. The boys definitely did their thing, and let's get into it. I wanted to recap them and everything, and chop it up about some of these fights, and give my opinion on how these fights played out and everything. Of course, mainly gonna be talking about five fights in particular, but we're gonna definitely cook up and talk about these. So, I mean, these are the results from Saturday night, and right here, and let's go ahead and talk about the first fight that I wanted to talk about, which is Zay Moses, and I have a clip I want to play from his fight. Yeah, so yeah, that was Zaquan Moses right there, cousin of Shakur Stevenson. Of course, you seen their reaction. You see Raymond Ford and Shakur Stevenson reacting to the knockdown that Zaquan Moses had in his fight this past Saturday. And Zaquan Moses, he won by unanimous decision in a 6 round fight. Far as my opinion of the fight in general from Zaquan, I seen some good things. I mean, he's very skillful, but I don't see the stardom in him personally to me, talent wise. Yes, he fights exactly like Shakur Stevenson, but in my opinion, I was telling guys in my group chat, I was like, man, I want to see him step on dude. After that knockdown, I wanted him to, press the issue and step on dude and finish him. And we didn't see him finish him. And one thing I'm gonna say about this in general at the level that he's at, because we know he's a prospect and everything right now, and he's building upon what he has going on. And fights like these guys that he's fighting, and these 4 6 round fights, he should be dominating these guys where he should be stopping some of these guys, in my personal belief. That's just my humble opinion for real. But we're not seeing that. You know what I'm saying? We're not seeing him step on these guys 100%. You know what I mean? And, very skillful, but we don't see the power behind the punch at all. And, the level of fighters that he's fighting, he should be stepping on these guys, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. We want to see you become a finisher. If you're going to take your game to the next level, we want to see you become a finisher, man. And we're not seeing that from Zaquan right now early on. And that worries me later on that honestly, I don't think he's going to be great when he gets into these big fights with guys like Scooter Davis or Camille Moden. You know what I'm saying? This shit ain't the amateurs, bro. This shit is the pros. You know what I mean? You're going to have to stop some guys eventually. You know what I'm saying? You have to get some guys out of there that ain't supposed to be in there with you. And that's what we want to see right now currently. And we're not seeing that from Zaquan Moses. So me personally, I don't see the special talent in Zaquan Moses that I see in like Scooter Davis or Dennis Thompson or no, Camille Moden in particular. I don't see what's special about him 100%. Yes, he fights similar to Shakur, but that don't make it 100% that he's going to beat Shakur Stevens and have the same similar career. You know what I mean? So the guys that he's fighting right now, that he's building upon for his, his resume, he need to be stepping on these guys. We want to see you totally dominate these guys, and we're not seeing that from him right now. You know what I mean? So we'll stay definitely close and pay attention to Zaquin Moses, of course. Definitely a good little fighter. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see the spark, the special in him, like I see in guys like Scooter Davis and Camille Moden and Dennis Thompson that I mentioned in particular. So salute to Zaquin Moses, definitely on getting his dub. Moving on, undefeated still. And let's get into this next fight, man, which was from Amari Jones. Which I felt this fight with Amari Jones was a good scrap. It was a good scrap for him. Let me go ahead and play the clip. Yeah, so that was Amari Jones, which Amari Jones got the knockdown on that clip right there with a straight left jab, which was beautiful right there. And he went. Amari Jones goes on, still undefeated, wins by unanimous decision in his fight as well. Which is, I want to say one thing about Amari. I see some great talent out of Amari. You know what I mean? That boy ain't scared to let his hands go, and I love it. I love it. And his defense is sharp as well. I felt he put on a good performance. I'm not going to say it was great. I felt it was a good performance against the op that he faced. And I felt it was opportunities similar to Zaquin in this fight as well that he could have finished him. He could have got dude out of there. You know what I mean? And I think it's just a learning curve for him, which is he does have the ability to finish because we've seen him finish guys, you know what I'm saying, in recent fights. You know what I mean? And we know he gonna go get it. And we know he ain't gonna be shy from letting them hands go. So we just want to see, Amari finish them guys. You know what I mean? Finish them guys, man. But I definitely was, a little impressed with, Amari's performance, man, how he dealt with the fight. Because dude, John Baxter, he was a little awkward fighter, man. He was like all over the place in a sense, you know what I mean? And, Amari was adjusting to it very well, defense wise, and, stay sharp on defense and definitely, set up, great angles and great traps, to set up his shots very well on him. So salute to Amari Jones, man. Moving on, he's still undefeated for sure. Definitely a guy to definitely continue to look out for. Coming out, young guy that's building upon in the sport, and we're gonna definitely keep it pushing with the next fight, which it was Israel Madrimov fighting Salazar in this fight. And this was a ugly fight, man. I wasn't crazy about this one, but I'm gonna run the clip of it right here though. So that was Israel Mazimov in this fight versus Salazar right there, which is, he ended up winning by decision as well in his fight, which is, in my opinion, man, just watching the fight with Israel Mazimov, I know it was rumors some people put out after the fight saying that he had pneumonia and he was fighting through pneumonia or he was sick or whatsoever. Was I'm like, man, that's tough if that is true. But I will say it definitely his performance didn't look right to me 100%. He didn't look like he was 100%, back far as from the injury from him fighting, being in two wars with Bud Crawford and Virgil Ortiz in recent times. So he didn't look 100% good to me in this fight with Salazar. I felt there was opportunities he could have got Salazar out of there too as well, in my opinion. But I don't know. It just it was just a real rugged, ugly fight for Islam Majumov. Like the gas tank wasn't there and everything. So he may have been sick or whatsoever, but I would say in the performance in general, it wasn't a crazy performance, and it don't lead me to have the belief that he's going to become a champion again at 154. I don't see him beating any top guys at 154. That's out there right now. I mean, I think he is food, especially after being in two wars. I think he's gonna be in a position where he gonna be put in a fight with a bigger name to get his ass whooped. You know what I mean? And that's just where it is. Madrimov is in gatekeeper status. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's in championship contention status. He's a gatekeeper to me at 154. And you're gonna see promoters use his name and pick him off, as a name just to get his ass whooped by one of the guys they trying to push up into contention. I mean, but definitely overall, salute to Israel Mashimov getting his win for sure, man. And we can go to the co-main event, man, which was crazy, man. A lot of crazy shit leading into the co-main event with Khalil Cole and Jesse Hart. Of course, obviously, Khalil Cole came in 8 pounds overweight, which we talked about that on the show Saturday morning. And of course, Jesse Hart still accepted the fight, still wanted to fight, said that he wasn't going to let that boy get away from fighting him, and he accepted the fight. And overall, Jesse Hart looked sharp in this fight, man. He looked sharp, man. Salute to my boy Hackett in the corner with Jesse Hart, man. He definitely looked sharp. And Khalil Cole didn't do anything to me in this fight, man, honestly, bro. Like, what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and let me run. I got to let me show the prison. So Khalil Cole had me zoned out because the boy then picked the boy Jesse Hart up and slammed him during the fight out of frustration because he wasn't able to get any shots at the moment against Jesse Hart, and Jesse Hart he was outboxing him. He was outboxing him where he got frustrated and literally slammed him to the canvas like it was some WWE shit, bro. It was real live nasty work, man. And let me play the clip from their fight as well, real quick. Yeah, so that was a quick clip of Khalil Cole versus Jesse Hart right there. And it was nasty work, man. They ended up giving Khalil Cole the decision in this fight, man. Which I felt, I know people out there, in Philly, some other guys, they like, oh, they thought Jesse Hart took that. I believe Jesse Hart edged that one out in my opinion too. And you just looking at the numbers, bro. Like the judges had, like the one judge, Eric Cheek, 96-92. Like that, bro. That fight wasn't that for Khalil Cole. Khalil Cole did not win that much widespread at all, bro. Fight was a close fight, and Khalil Cole didn't even do enough work to have that spread of of points in a fight, bro, for judge wise. Then Patricia Jarman had it as a draw, 94-94. Now I would have been mad at that. If you would have been like, oh, we calling this a draw, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. But majority decision, nasty work. David Sutherland, 95-93 for Khalil Cole, which I felt was nasty work in my opinion too. Khalil Cole, if anything, if y'all was gonna give him this fight, y'all give him this shit by one round. Which they gave it about one round. David Sutherland, he's giving them about one round, which I wouldn't have given them the one round because I didn't see it. I think either you give this fight to Jesse Hart or you make it a draw. But they wanted it. Khalil Cole being the A side in this fight, and he's a matchroom guy. They gave Khalil Cole the decision, man, which is that's the part of the business that I hate. I hate that part of the business when you got a clear winner in the B side in the fight, but just because the promotional company want their guy to move on, they give their guy to win. You know what I mean? Which is nasty work. Like we seen it with Raymond Muratella and Tevin Farmer, where a lot of people felt Tevin Farmer won that fight, and they gave Raymond Muratalla the win. You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted him to move on and continue on in championship contention. You know what I mean? So we could name several examples of this shit. that we've seen it thousands of times in boxing, and this is just another one. Which I will say that in particular, this shit do be nasty work and it do fuck up the sport for sure. It definitely do. But this, I hate to say it, it's a part of the business, man. It's a part of the business on how these promoters move on certain situations with their guys. Yeah, I mean, and it's just a tough situation for Jesse Hart, man. And I hope Jesse Hart definitely gets another opportunity. Like, look at these punch stats right here, bro. Like Jesse Hart landed 92. Khalil Cole, he landed 54 punches, bro. You know what I mean? Khalil Cole, yes, his percentage was better. He was more accurate with his shots, if you want to say, because he didn't throw many. He only thrown 143. You know what I mean? Like you, this the fight as a judge. I'm scoring this. I'm giving it to the guy that's more active, that's landing the more shots, that's being more active, and and putting in work out there. You know what I mean? And it's just nasty work, man. And I truly hope Jesse Hart gets another opportunity, man. For real, I truly do. He deserves another opportunity, especially everything he went through with Khalil Cole coming in 8 pounds, and he still beat the man. But they gave the fight to Khalil Cole because they want him to move on with Matchroom, man. They want him to move on and stay undefeated, which I feel it's nasty work. It's nasty work on Matchroom and on behalf on that shit, bro. Definitely is, man, for sure. And let's get to the main event, bro. Main event, obviously, Raymond Muratella versus Andy Cruz, man, which was a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight, man. I gotta say it. Gotta clap it up to them boys, man. Raymond Muratalla, Andy Cruz. The main event was everything we expected. A close ass 50-50 fight down the middle, man. And I was happy as a fan, man. I was really, truly happy as a fan to watch this fight. And definitely happy for both of those guys putting in that pain and putting on a banger of a fight for real. You know what I'm saying? A banger of a fight. Is it a classic? Nah, it ain't no classic. I ain't gonna say it's no classic. It ain't that. But it was definitely a hell of a fight. One of the best fights starting off this year, man, which was well needed, man. It was everything we expected. And let me go ahead and play. I got a couple clips to play from them. So let me go and play a couple of clips from their fight. And I got another clip I want to play from the fight as well. All right, so yeah, Raymond Muratalla versus Andy Cruz, man, hell of a fight, man, and it was crazy, close ass fight. I know, I hear some people out there, believe Andy Cruz won this fight. Um, Me personally, man, I felt I liked what both of these guys did in this fight, man, for real in general. And let me go ahead and pull up the punch stats for here because I wanted to go over these punch stats a little bit with y'all in general. So you look in general from total punches. Raymond Muratalla, 175 punches landed, 611 attempted, 28.6 percentage. Then Raymond, then Andy Cruz, 176 punches landed. He got one more punch landed than Muratalla, but 537 punches attempted with 32.6. So Andy Cruz won in the total punches department as far as being more accurate in punches. You know what I'm saying? He threw less punches to him and he landed one more punch to him in general. But Muratalla in the action wise, he was more active by total punches thrown. And then you look in the total jab department, you see, Raymond Muratalla, 63, 315 attempted, 20%. with Andy Cruz 77, 266, 280. My bad, 286 thrown. My bad, 26.9% with power punches. Raymond Muratella, 112 to 296, 37.8%. To Andy Cruz, 99, 251, 39.4%. So you look in general, Andy Cruz was more accurate with the body punches. I mean with the with the power punches and the jabs and the total punches. But in the particular, it looked like to me that the judges they were looking at the activity from Raymond. As far as him going to the body. We seen I seen more body work from Raymond Muratalla in this fight than I ever seen, which I loved it because I always be saying I feel like these fighters need to go to the body to set up more, opportunities for themselves. And that's what Raymond was doing in particular, man. So this was a close ass fight, in my opinion. And just looking at the scorecard from the judges, Tim Cheatham, nasty work. This was not that. This was not a widespread 118, 110. You know what I mean? This was not that. This fight was a close ass fight, so I totally disagree with that. Max DeLuca, 114, 114. He had it as a draw. Steve Weisfeld, 116, 112 for Maritala. I don't agree with that either. Like I don't agree with that either. Like I felt like the early rounds, Andy Cruz obviously did a lot of great work in the early rounds, where I can understand people was giving him, those rounds. I mean, even looking at it from, the CompuBot stats, where you seen Andy Cruz, literally the first two rounds, he landed more punches. He was more accurate than Raymond Muratalla. You know, and a lot of people look to me, if you're looking at the punch stats, a lot of those rounds early on with, it looked like they were so close to where they were swing rounds. And then if, you look later on in the fight, you see, Raymond Muratalla, turn it up, in particular rounds and, Andy Cruz, it was just a real live back and forth fight, in my opinion, where this fight could have went any way, bro. It could have went any way. Like you could have, if you gave it to Andy Cruz, I wouldn't have been mad. If you would have made it a draw, I wouldn't have been mad. Giving it to Muratalla by one round or whatsoever, I'm cool with that. But anything more than them guys having one more round, I don't know. I don't agree with it at all. You know what I'm saying? This was a close ass fight in particular, to where we know we're not going to see this rematch of this fight. We know we're not. We know Muratalla is going to move on and do him from here. You know what I mean? And Andy Cruz have nothing to hang his head about on losing this fight at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? He fought a great fight. And I hear, Eddie Hearn, after the fight saying that they may be looking at Andy Cruz to move down to 130. Um, I I don't know how I feel about that 100%. I mean, I feel like 135, you got guys like Raymond Muratalla where, you know, even after the fight, as a matter of fact, let me show, let me show, by the way, let me show Eddie's reaction to when they gave the decision back, because I felt that was real funny to me in this, in a sense, though, no cap.
By majority decision, and still the NBL lightweight champion of the world, Raymond Danger Muratalla.
Yeah, man. I felt that real funny right there, how he fell out for real. But I understand that because Eddie felt that he did enough to win that fight, man. And you just got to understand that some of these fights, when you are fighting a champion, you got to do everything in your power to take it from him, 100%. And by the judges, they felt like you ain't do much to take it from him, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's a tough one to call, bro. It's a tough one to call. I'm not mad at if you got Andy Cruz winning the fight, because I felt like if you gave him a round over Muratalla, not mad at that at all. If you make it a draw, not mad at that at all. They get to run this shit back. But they gave it to Muratalla, and it is what it is, man. It just is what it is, though. And No, of course, Muratalla, after the fight, he was mentioning he mentioned the boy. He said he wants to fight the winner of Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson, which is I find very interesting in that aspect. He's the IBF champion at 135. Teofimo, WBO champion at 140 and everything. So you would think he'll probably go more the IBF route and use his status to go up in IBF at 140 and try to go after what's his name? Dalton Smith now. No, not Dalton Smith, my bad. Lewis Crocker. He'll go after Lewis Crocker. My bad. No, it is Dalton Smith. My bad. No, my bad. Fuck. Damn. Shit. That's a high moment. I'm Richardson Hitchens, actually, because Richardson Hitchens is the IBF champion at 140. So you would think he'd go after Africa and use his IBF status for that, but he wants the winner of Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. And I seen the interview with I seen an interview with Shakur in particular in recent time and saying that he would go back down to 135. You know what I mean? So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what's up next. What's next for Andy Cruz? I don't believe the 130 shit 100% because I feel like 135 is about to be scattered a little bit. I don't think Abdullah Mason is going to be a 135 long. I give it like one or two fights. Muratalla, he's looking already to go up to 140. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a lot of parity in the 135 division. So me personally, I feel like Andy Cruz should stay there. You know what I'm saying? Unless they feel like that's the better option for him, fighting down there at 130 and it's an easy way for him to become champion down there. That's what it looked like to me. That's all that tells me from Eddie Hearn is that they looking to try to make him champion as soon as possible. And they believe 130 is the easier route than 135 apparently. But I wanted to address something though. Nasty work right here, man. And I'm gonna roll this clip right here with the bull, Mr. Keyshawn Davis, right here, dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a nice round of applause out here from both of these fighters. After 12 rounds of action here in Las Vegas, we go to the judges' score totals, and they read as follows. Max DeLuca, 114 even. Tim Cheatham, 118, 110. Steve Weisfeld, 116, 112. Both in the winner by majority decision. And still, the IBF champion of the world, Raymond Muratella.
Yeah, so right there in that clip, that's Keyshawn Davis at the fight with Raymond Muratalla and Andy Cruz, celebrating Raymond Muratalla beating Andy Cruz right there, bro. Nasty work right there, dog. Nasty work. And even further, let's play the other clip from Keyshawn Davis on this.
Let me get some of that shit, Keith. Hold on. Come on. What are you doing over here? Come to North. Come to North. Come to North. Nigga. Don't come around here. This is not that amateur shit. You come around here playing? Hold on. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, it's nasty work, right? You see, Keyshawn Davis is celebrating Andy Cruz losing to Raymond Muratalla like he beat him. Like he put belt to ass. Like Raymond Muratalla put belt to ass Andy Cruz, which he didn't. You know what I'm saying? It was a close ass fight. Could have went either fucking way. Raymond Muratalla didn't put belt to ass to Andy Cruz. Raymond Muratalla was more marked up than Andy Cruz was. If you look at him after the fight, Andy Cruz didn't give belt to ass to him this past Saturday. And the damn sure was about Keyshawn Davis. So why is Keyshawn Davis out there waving around the belt like Andy Cruz got belt to ass by him? Nigga, that was the fight that you were supposed to have, my nigga. That's the fight you should be wanting a nigga like Andy Cruz to win so you can make the fight even bigger. And don't get it twisted. That fight's still on the table for me in my eyes. I still want to see Andy Cruz get it cracking with Keyshawn Davis still. That's just me. Yes, Keyshawn, a lot of people will give Keyshawn the edge if they were to fight right now for sure. You know what I mean? Even though, like I said the other day, I feel like that fight is becoming more far-fetched now because of the weight with Keyshawn. Keyshawn talked about fighting Jermaine Ortiz at 140 this Saturday and moving up to 147. So I don't even know if the fight would ever even happen in particular. But for Keyshawn to troll and talking about Andy Cruz got belt the ass like it was his work, that ain't your work. You shouldn't be celebrating. That boy beat you 4 times. Yes, this ain't the amateur, this the pros. And that boy been pushing to fight you since he came to the pros. But you've been saying otherwise, talking about, oh, you trying to let the fight marinate and become a bigger fight and everything. So if that's the case, then you shouldn't have wanted Andy Cruz to lose at all. You wanted Andy Cruz to lose so you wouldn't have to fight that man. Keyshawn Davis moving real shaky out here, dog, in recent times. Real shaky. And especially for him to be moving shaky when you got motherfuckers playing you cock like this.
You can't say that speech while you're doing the. Hey, no, but you can't do that when somebody in the back pop locking after they win.
You ain't talking about we're gonna take it to the next level. You should have won the motherfucking fight.
Yeah,
That's the level you should have took it to.
He over there giving the calm speech.
Yeah, see, don't even worry about him in the background, cause see, my thing is we're gonna take it. I'm gonna be a champion. When I win, I'm gonna take it to the next level.
Hey, he over here giving a serious speech.
Yeah, so I don't really care about all that. Cause when I win, I'm gonna win with class. Cause hey, let me tell y'all something.
This motherfucker behind him he doing every celebration.
Rerun.
You can't do that when somebody doing every celebration there is possible behind you. You tell me something, hey, at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. And I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm working hard. I'm always a champion. No matter what, I want to go. Motherfucker behind you. Oh, my God. Oh, that's...
I said, bro, you up here talking, you celebrating talking about Andy Cruz got belt the ass. Andy Cruz still got the one up on you, dog. He took gold medal from you, bro. He didn't beat you 4 times in the amateurs. You still got to get that lick back in boxing people's eyes. You know what I mean? You can't be up here and talk about you, Andy Cruz getting belt the ass by Muratella. That ain't you. That ain't you. That ain't your work. That's your work that you supposed to handle right there. So Keyshawn, bro, you better handle business this Saturday because motherfuckers gonna have that same fucking parade on you. That's why I say you gotta be conscious of what you're doing. You gotta be conscious on how you're moving. Cause you fight this Saturday. And every dog has his day. You lose a fight and get your ass whooped, people gonna be trolling you and popping shit. Won't be me. Depending on how you get your ass whooped. If you get your ass whooped just crazy on some, you know, Bud and Earl Spence shit, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man. Keyshawn, bro, you gotta get it together, bro. You better be locked in. I'm questioning how locked in Keyshawn is for this fight Saturday now. I don't know how locked in he is for Saturday. I don't. And I'm questioning it now for real, 100%. I'm definitely questioning it. Especially everything he done had going on in recent time and talking about he was drinking during his camp in Edward De Los Santos and had mental issues. And then you got Bernie the Boxer saying otherwise, saying that he ain't see no signs of it and everything, basically exposing the fact that he was capping. Like, we already exposed the fact that you was capping. You've been capping. And you better not be capping this Saturday on this fight with Jermaine Ortiz. You better lock in. You better be locked in, and you better make the weight. You better make 140 this Saturday. That's what I'm saying. Keyshawn, he worried about the wrong shit. He better be worried about himself. And he better be worried about Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz ain't no fucking no motherfucking pushover. He ain't gonna lay down for Keyshawn Davis. So Keyshawn, be wary of what you ask for, dog. Cause every dog has his day. And it could be your day this Saturday if you don't have your shit together. I got you winning now. I got you beating Jermaine Ortiz. But I do question your focus into this fight because you didn't explain to us saying that your last three fights you wasn't all the way 100% locked in and focused. So I'm questioning if you are locked in and focused for this shit for this Saturday. But don't be trolling talking about Andy Cruz getting belt the ass when you got a fight coming up this Saturday. And that ain't even your work that happened the other night. That was Raymond Muratella's work. You can't celebrate and claim that work. That's the same shit Devin Haney was doing with Rolly Romero and Ryan Garcia. He claimed that Rolly Romero worked like Devin to beat Ryan Garcia. No, that's Rolly Romero work. Rolly beat fucking Ryan Garcia. Devin can't claim that work from Ryan Garcia from Rolly. Either can you, Keyshawn. You can't claim Muratella beating Andy Cruz. That ain't your work. You got to handle that. You got to get that get back still. So, like I said, beware of what you ask for, man. Hey, call me a motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. And y'all already know the vibes, man. Hit that like button, hit that hype button, comment, subscribe, and share the video to help us in the algorithm, man. Y'all already know the vibes. We live every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, man. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing Talk Wednesdays, man. And y'all already know 6:30 p.m. Eastern time Wednesday. It's gonna be a lituation, man. So definitely tune in, tap in with your boy, man. And we out of here.
All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it.